What is up, guys, and welcome to the South Coast. Today I got my two biggest axes with me. We're gonna go see how they compare splitting some firewood. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so this is the plan. I've got these two axes out here. These are my two biggest axes. This is the American felling axe. I think this one came from Best Made Company, but I'm pretty sure it's just a council tool, American pattern felling axe. Nice hickory handle on it, pretty good steel. It does well. I've used it just for chopping stuff up, nothing really crazy. Now I also have this True Temper, basically I call it a utility axe, sort of a hardware store axe. I think it came from Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. It was a gift to me a while back. This was actually my first full length handled axe, and sort of got me into learning about different axes and stuff like that. Obviously neither of these are splitting axes. Neither of them are made for doing what we're about to do. This stump here, this is a white oak stump, and all my firewood rounds over there came from this tree. We actually cut this tree down to mill into some timbers to put in our house that we just finished building. But ended up with a bunch of branches, a bunch of extra firewood rounds, and we need to get them split. So what we're going to do is we're going to try out these two axes, see which one works better. Maybe one video, maybe two videos, not really sure, but we're going to see how this goes. First one I'm going to try out is the utility axe. It's got this little boss, this circular boss on both sides. I'm really not sure why it's there, but I have a feeling those splits on some tougher logs maybe may get hung up on there and may not bust apart. So we'll see how it goes, and then we'll switch over to this guy and see how it does. So let's get you set up. Let's get to splitting. Alright guys, so not gonna lie, actually pretty impressed by the old True Temper with the fiberglass and rubber handle. It actually did pretty well. So got a little pile of firewood piled up there, and didn't take me much time at all. I had a couple that were hand ringers. I think I was making some contact, a little overstrike action going on, but there's no marks on the handle at all, so that's good. But yeah, there were a couple times where the split got hung up on this little round boss right there. But other than that, it's doing surprisingly well for not being a splitting maul, not being a splitting axe. So I'm impressed with it. I didn't even like sharpen it today, to be honest with you. It's not like hair popping sharp or anything. It's really not sharp at all. I mean, I can run my finger up and down it and nothing really, which, I mean, I don't think splitting axes and splitting mauls need to be razor sharp, just due to the fact that somebody like me, a non-professional, somebody who really doesn't do this very much at all, there's a good chance of me putting it in the dirt, underswinging or overswinging or just miss swinging. So overall, pretty impressed with this. I'll have a link to it down in the description, posted up in my Amazon store, but I might actually keep using this for splitting. I may take the grinder and sort of grind down that little lip right there, sort of try and smooth that out to where it doesn't have that lip to catch the firewood rounds. I may try that and see how that does, but overall pretty good. So let's get out the Best Made Co. council tool and see how it does on the next few rounds. Oh man. Well, guess that's the end of that test. Well, that was super unfortunate. Obviously showed my lack of splitting skills there. Had a bit of an overstrike with the Best Made Co. axe. Split the handle right in two. Obviously, the head's still good, so I'll have to get a new handle, get that fitted in there, probably make some videos on that. So subscribe if you want to see that. But I guess that answers the question of which axe I'll be using to split the rest of this firewood. It'll be that True Temper from the hardware store, which seems to do pretty good anyway. So we'll keep using that. We'll set the Best Made Co. axe aside. I'll get a new handle for it down the road. We'll get it all put in there and tuned up, and I'll probably just use that one for chopping stuff up and not so much splitting firewood rounds. If you have any recommendations for an actual splitting axe or splitting maul, I know there's sort of a couple schools of thought there. The heavier mauls, you don't swing them as fast, but they carry a good bit of energy, versus the splitting axes where they're lighter, so you can swing them a lot faster. Supposed to be less wear and tear on the body. But if you have any recommendations of a splitting maul or splitting axe, go ahead and put it down there in the description, and I'll go check them out. And if I find one I like, I may pick it up and make a video using it. So I'm gonna get back to splitting some wood, and then we'll wrap this video up. Alright guys, this is what I was talking about those little round bosses on the side of the axe getting hung up on the split. You can see there, the axe was heading in, and just right there at that round boss on the side of the axe head, it got hung up both sides. Just sort of kills all that energy that would be going down to wedge apart that split. Just sort of gets hung up right there on that boss, and sort of kills the split. So may have to do some modifications to see if we can't make this thing a little bit more efficient at splitting the rounds. Alright guys, we're gonna wrap this one up here. I got a pretty decent little pile of firewood, and I've just come to the realization that I don't have a good way to get it out of the woods right now. Don't have a side-by-side or anything like that. I need to get the bad boy mower back here. Don't have a trailer for it. Maybe I can hook my wheelbarrow up to it some kind of way. Otherwise I'm going to be making a lot of trips, piling it on the floorboard there of the bad boy mower and wheeling it out. So I'm going to stop here. Still got some rounds back there that need to get split. I'll do that at a later time. But just wanted to wrap this one up for today. So obviously today the old True Temper from the hardware store outshined the Best Made Co. Council Tool felling axe there. Obviously, like I've said previously, neither of these are splitting axes, but I definitely made several overstrikes with the hardware store axe, just like I did with the wooden handled axe, and that wooden handle split real quick. So I think from now on, obviously this is the only tool I currently have to split firewood, so that's what I'll keep using. May modify it, like I said earlier, try to grind down those little bosses, make it glide down through the splits a little bit easier. And like I said, I'll be getting a new handle, trying to put it on that Best Made Co. felling axe. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It was a great day here on the South Coast to get out in the woods, chop a little bit of firewood, get set up for next year's winter. This one's been pretty cold. It's been nice to get some cold weather here on the South Coast because it was a hot summer, man, I tell you. But it's feeling good here right now. Enjoyed getting out, getting myself warmed up by chopping this firewood, and enjoyed doing the comparison between the two axes. Wish that one wouldn't have broken, but it is what it is. So, as always, I hope y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time down here on the South Coast.